Hello and welcome, Snake here. Welcome in a campaign spotlight where I'm going a deep dive, explain a campaign for a specific lord, and today it's gonna be the Slaanesh. And of course the Masque, the FLC lord that came with the Tides of Torment DLC. And I can tell you one thing from the start. What Masque offers is so good. Because outside of Legendary Lord, every other Lord have the peak of a gameplay. Absolutely, the Masques for non-Legendary Lord offers a peak gameplay. Why? Because you can adjust for abilities for each army. What abilities? Oh, I mean the dance. So Masque comes with the special abilities called the dances. In order to share it with other lords, you need to complete these, so any other non-legendary lord can benefit from them. As you can see, oh, yeah, I can perform the fourth one because I already started with the Masque. I couldn't before. So when the Masque, the Legendary Lords, performs a dance, it unlocks for non-Legendary Lord. Okay, so what's the dance from a start? You start with the Pagan of Pain. And you need to fill the bar, the tempo bar. You do it for like battle, you gain it from battles and other things, right? And when you fill the bar, you unlock another tier. When you reach it, you unlock the ability that usually gives you something. Then you can switch to another, and it's pretty much you start from here, you complete it, you switch to another, you completed this one, and by completing you unlock these things that gives you extra stuff. Really neat, really fun. Quite simple to understand, right?
The unholy pageant.
So, starting from the first dance, you get the unit experience gain plus 15%. Neat at the start. Then you have a first row, and you can pick one of the abilities in the first row. And that's how it works. Then you pick another and another and another. That's why it's so freaking good, because you can adjust it to your playstyle. I freaking love it. I love it. I think it's really the peak, because it answers every type of army, every type of player. You can do whatever. Of course, some of the abilities are meh, but what can you do? So, the first one gives you option. You can either be more defensive or offensive. You can get some weapon strength, but you lose physical. I generally focus on abilities that takes leadership and gives some extra bonus. And I choose this one. And there was armor and gain charge bonus. Armor is another one you could absolutely sacrifice. Because demonettes, yeah, they start with 15 armor and pretty much roll with that. So I was like, yeah, 10, 15, no matter.
My mask is his mirror.
The other tier is a frenzy or speed reduction, berserk or less armor, but the berserk ends up with the rampage, so that's absolutely no to me. I need to fix the time when the abilities, yeah. Next one is give glorious charge for all units, unit mass for Lord's army, and yeah, that's for Lord's army, and physical resistance minus. And the other one, pleasure through pain, very nice ability, and melee defense when defending is reduced. So when you get attacked, you reduce it. So I picked this one because I try to pick the least, punishing. And then you have the top one that gives you certain abilities that can, like bombardment spells. Really up to you what you choose. Yeah, I definitely need to change how long hide delay, yeah. Because it stays a little bit too long.
A whimsical tableau.
And then, when you reach the final tier, you get enables the targeting for enemy army in the local region to receive silence attribute and reduce their ammunition by 100%. This is sick! Imagine going versus High Elves lead with the leading Lord Wizard. Absolutely game over. There was a second dance, and I found the second dance be most useful. You sacrifice some melee defense and gain missile resistance, get the missile block chance, reduce some charge bonus, spell intensity, but you get rid of a melee attack for lords and heroes, and cooldowns reduced, but you nuke the armor. The other one is the second row, vigor in battle winded, but enemy leadership minus 10%. This one is awesome, and an awareness of appetite. It's unfortunately, the Feasting of Fear, it triggers when unit is leadership wavering or lower, but you get some healing. Unfortunately, it's like typical Slaanesh thing. It fills the bar, like percentage, but it disappears when you get out of range of units that leadership is low. But still, that plus another ability is pretty much the answer how you can play with the single entities. You won't have full-time sustain, but it's absolutely gonna work. It's really good. You have this, Relish in Pain, and for that you pay armor, so it's another buff. And then Euphoric, contact effect, enemies with Enemies will rampage for monstrous units, lords, and heroes. You pay for physical resistance. So, yeah, pretty much you can, whatever. I go for healing because I like to have sustain, but you can do some crazy shit like Euphoric. Holy hell, this is insane. And the final row is again the abilities, but this time they're augmentations. So there are some augmentation. This one gives you Master Pleasure, another buff, and this one, Consuming Walls, passive ability that on a self, it's for entire army. It gives heal and do damage. So all of your units have Mortis Engine when enemy is routing or broken within the range. All of your units get that. So if you go with single entities, you wanna, let's say you play with Soul Grinders, okay? Just an example. You go and versus, I don't know, Lizardmen. What you should absolutely do, you charge Soul Grinders, you pick the weakest unit, you fucking crush it like a bug. They're broken. You start getting heal, and then you switch to another, and another, and another. You need to control it, but you're going to have insane amount of healing gain because this ability and this ability, they are together, they're working together. Yeah, they're not separate from each other. No, I mean, they are. So they work together. But you need to break a unit. And that should not be a problem. Unless you face the Slayer army. Then you're fucked. Yeah, seriously, if you're gonna face a full Slayer army, you better watch out, because Ungrim gonna F you up so hard, because there won't be any healing from that. And the final ability is the enables the targeting of an enemy army to teleport them to a random nearby location. So you can screw them over or screw yourself. The third one is Nice. The Glamour upon the roots gives you sacrifice some physical resistance, but you gain ward save. You sacrifice 5% physical and get a ward save 8%. That's pure gain, okay? You transfer physical into ward save, absolutely worth it. Next one is you sacrifice some melee attack for melee defense, again double the value. Armor for some speed, and enables flaming attack plus fire resistance, and you get some charge bonus minus. From this, I would say this one is neat if you need armor. This one is neat if you need physical melee defense, if you're like lacking it. If you have units that have high melee attack but low melee defense. But since I play with demons, I went for this. Ward save reduce magic attack as well, and demons are really receptive to magic attack. The next one is Vanguard deployment for all units and missile resistance for entire army, but you reduce some melee attack. The next one is a Giver of Abundant Glory. It's, again, affect allies in range. Affect intensity increase with each nearby entity death. Another great heal ability. You sacrifice some speed. That's not bad, right? Plus the battle healing cap is increased 25%. That's another great ability. You sacrifice some weapon strength for physical resistance. And the final one, which I fucking love it. Spell resistance minus plus 30% and stock for your army. For a cost of 10% for all spells. That's another one. You can use this. Or this. Yeah, they're all great. It works. And the final one, you have some abilities. I really like this one. Basking in our flame gives you range, like a circle ability that everyone in the range gets missile block chance and damage resistance plus 20%, immune to contact effect, and missile block for 360. My Masque army is pure demonettes. So I was going against something that had a lot of missile. Dark Elves, yeah. They had artillery and they had crapload of missile unit. That was insane buff. Because before I managed to reach it, I popped this on my units that were running towards Dark Elves. And yeah, there was barely any damage, despite, armor piercing and damage potential. Yeah, I took some, but I took like much, much less than I should. Next one is heal. It heals and restores fatigue and heal and health within the range for 24 seconds, one use only. Next one was invulnerability for one unit. And does not apply to summon units, so you cannot cheese it. And then you have a massive, reduction in melee defense armor, and he roots something. Really good. And the final one enables the targeting of an army settlement to damage their garrison and generate devotees. Neat. And there's the fourth one, which I currently am about to finish. Bonus versus large for speed. That's a hefty, nerf. So I picked this. I got 12% speed for 10 armor. Demonettes have 15, so I just got rid of armor. Next one is melee defense, -6 for 12% weapon strength. And physical resistance, 10% when attacking, but you get -10% when you defending. Unfortunately, in Lustria, there is a lot of defending and a lot of fighting. But you don't have to be in Lustria, but we'll talk about it later. Next one was Weakening Winds. Attack cause dampen effect, reducing magic resistance and removing magic attack. And to be honest, I was really thinking about this because it's neat. gives also enemy melee defense -5. So you turn off their magic attack and you reduce their melee defense for some weapon strength. And that's one was really tempting. I picked, however, this. Giver of Glory for Lords and Heroes. So it gives the physical resistance and vigor restored within the range from heroes. Also melee defense for infantry units. Melee defense for melee infantry units, which are demonettes, right? And again, I sacrifice some leadership, but this one is really good. It's really good. And I'm still thinking about it. So we'll see.
His testament speaks.
The next one, of course, are the... Yeah, and there's the fourth one. Yep. Oh, no, wait. I'm a dumbass. The third one gives you Soul Scent ability that increase your armor, piercing, and melee attack, which is neat. But you do need to, break somebody. Enemy leadership -5, but you sacrifice some physical resistance. And the final one is immune to flanking for infantry, cavalry, and chariots. Melee defense when defending -6. But that you get bonus versus large for monstrous units, lords, and heroes. Unfortunately, I have no monstrous units, so it's nothing. And the final one, I just picked whatever, because I'm gonna finish this and I'm going back to different dens. I picked the bombardment, a vortex, I mean. Then there is augmentation, some splash attack power, melee attack, and bonus versus infantry. Another is an augment, and another is a wind. When you fill the bar and you switch to another dance, you keep most of the tempo. It's called tempo, yeah. So you keep the most. When I switch from this to this, I was full. I think 3,700 is full. I had full here, so I switch here and I ended up on 2,000. Yeah, more than 2,500. Because recently I got like 200, 300 something. So I was above this tier, so immediately I was able to pick 3 of the abilities. So it's not that difficult to switch. Masque faction starts with Eternal Dancer, and it has this ability. Has access to Eternal Dance, yeah. Casualty replenish plus 10% for demonic infantry, cavalry, and chariots. Hero capacity plus 2 for Olorus, really good. And global and local recruitment duration -1 for Demonettes of Slaanesh and Exalted Demonettes. Which means you can recruit Exalted Demonettes within 1 turn, globally or locally. Unfortunately, I demolished the buildings because I don't need it currently, because there is plenty of things I'm gonna do. And I have 2 armies. Yeah, the Masque starts with some cavalry, some chariots, and demonettes. And again, Slaanesh faction, like previously, shower you with heroes. So you're gonna have fuckloads of heroes to your disposal. That's why I started to use, every wizard should, because Alorus is present, so you should use the heroes, the wizards, to do some agent action and steal technology. And yes, Slaanesh factions, all of them, can vassalize everyone by subjugating them. And when you vassalize them, you get yourself access to free stuff. You can request armies, steal heroes, and do some shenanigans everywhere. And thanks to this, I got some legendary lords. Not sure what I'm gonna do with you, because I don't have a missile unit. But now I'm thinking about the the devotees, Dark Elves devotees army.
The guild approves.
And this way I'll have a support for missile units. Some ballistic calibration, some other stuff. So yeah. Missile strength, ammunition, dope. Oh, it actually shows. Whoa.
It is time.
Speed for all missile units. That's it. Wah, wah, wah. Why you need to do some agent action with the wizards, the humans? Because Slaanesh 3 technology tree isn't maybe that impressive, but it takes quite a lot of time. And you do need some of the abilities here and there. And I know I'm not going the optimal way, but first I wanted to buff Demonettes, then I buffed them, and now I'm going for different things. Like economical, like the upkeep, looting settlement, more income, money in general. As for the cults and not starting in Lustria. As you know, you start in Lustria and you have to your disposal some cults immediately. So the first cult is in Karak Azul, and you can just build from the start option to instantly transport your faction leader to this settlement. So you can build cult whatever the F you want. Let's say, yeah, I'm gonna send this Snake Gate, boom. And whatever I do it, I can build teleport and just start somewhere else. And this way I'll have a just, you know, different campaign. It's really neat. There is one that you can, when you like teleport far away, you can summon like instantly. No, that's the other one. A disciple army will be summoned near this settlement. Don't fool yourself. This one will absolutely work, but it's based on Slaanesh corruption. And it works the same with summon disciple army.
Refuse the part. My
If you have
mask is
low
his mirror.
Slaanesh corruption, the disciple army gonna be tiny. 70, 80 plus is something you should absolutely focus on. Let's say, yeah, 12 will give me absolutely nothing. The more Slaanesh corruption, the more units you start with, because when you press it when there is almost no corruption, you're gonna like get like 4 units, and it will scale up. So the idea for cult for me is to do something different. You can build up this one. Get some Slaanesh corruption here. Get some Slaanesh corruption, and when own hero is... oh yeah. When own hero is present means the hero of that faction, at least. That's... yeah. Because I have a... oh wait, that's actually... no. Oh no, that's actually wrong. It must be the hero... oh...
Slinking onwards.
yeah, it has to be the hero. But what I'm trying to do, and I purposely stay here, I'm trying to build some corruption. When I build some corruption, it's gonna be hard in High Elves. But I build some corruption, and then, upon it, I use the other one to summon Devotee's army. I'll get a settlement, and then I can gift it to like Nakari, which will make it easier for me to, you know, confederate him, her. But I made a mistake. As you can see, my reliability is kind of low, because in Lustria you start with some treaties, and I didn't bother to respect them. I purposely nuked my reliability because I just want to fight and vassalize whatever I can. I should watch out for 3Ds. I didn't. That's why now I have a hard time to confederate.
It's his story.
As for the Masque himself, herself, it's actually her, I think. It's a dope lord. It's really fun lord because it's not that big. It doesn't have a mount, so you rely on it on her speed. And it has some nice abilities that buff demonettes. Not gonna lie, most likely you're gonna have to play demonettes, but up to you. She Masque buffs demonettes really nice. Give them charmed attack. There is some bonus for cavalry and chariots, so you can go cav. But to be honest, demonettes are so effective, there is no point of changing, especially that you get more and more bonuses. Then you get another ability because, yeah, Masque have a couple of abilities to use. But mostly demonettes gain it, and Masque has option to do the Walls of Lethargy, Chanson of Caging, something like that. It's the first one, yeah? And then you start with the Dance of Dreaming. You sacrifice some leadership, but you do damage in melee around you. Mortis effect engine for some leadership punishment. Really good, really effective. Masque is quite fast for, Footlord. Quite fast, 95. It's a quite fast in my eyes. No, but you can do so many things with the Masque. It's so brutal versus infantry. The only problem is sustain. But once you fix it with the abilities or the items, like this, Staff of Masque is a quest item, the only quest item, with a bugged quest battle, because the quest battle is so messed up. So here's the thing. Normally, when you start a quest battle, there is some introduction, your lord talks, stuff like that. If you let this happen in the Masque quest, you're gonna get fucked, because the battle starts when the Masque is talking. So you need to cancel immediately so you can rearrange your units, because there is no deploy, start battle, no. The battle happens right away. And also, there is a cutscene in the middle of a battle, of a quest battle. And if you don't cancel, I had a problem because it crushed my game. And not only, there is some bug that crashes the game. So immediately cancel. And if you have a set groups in this quest battle, like 1, 2, 3, they disappear. For some reason, everything reset after this cutscene. So pay attention. The quest battle itself, it's not that hard. I'm gonna post the quest battle relatively soon. But yeah, it's important to remember that. Otherwise, you're gonna, you just might get yourself angry because of bullshit. And I think that's it. For a FLC Lord, I'd say it's one of my favorite FLCs because it does give you ability to do some nice stuff. The dance itself is so good. Now I'm preparing for another army, and I can get ready and adjust the dance. And dance itself is so freaking good. Like I said, because you can adjust it how you play, and for the units you're going to use, it's just gonna be really good. When it comes to global bonuses, Masque buffs the chariots and cavalry, all armies faction-wide. But that's about it. Yeah. The Masque himself herself also buffs Demoness of Slaanesh even more, because it's less upkeep, more physical. Yeah, so global bonuses. A mask is not the most valuable to confederate, but definitely when you play it and you confederate Nakari or the Kala, you can give them the dance and you won't feel like, oh, they lost their abilities. Yeah, they will lose abilities, but it's not like it's gone. I really love that the dance for Masque is not only for the Masque, but for every freaking lord. And that makes him one of her... Jesus, I don't know what kind of identity Masque have. It feels like a female thingy, but I don't know. In Slaanesh, it's never obvious. And what they did with the Masque is super valuable, because usually when you have a cool mechanic, it's tied to Legendary Lord, while here you can share it with every Lord, and it makes it really, really fun. So from the Tides of Torment, I think the Masque is one of the best addition, especially if it's FLC. Because when I think about other FLCs, like, I don't know, let's Rakaf, it was a FLC. It didn't have that much impact, or Jesus, so many of them, and none of them, like Imrik, right? Imrik is also FLC. And it didn't, yeah, Imrik is here because Aslin. And Imrik, yeah, it did something, but it didn't have that much impact because the whole dragon thingy was only tied to Imrik. And when you confederated other factions, there was nothing interesting. While Masque, they put it a lot of work, and the Masque is really absolute winner of a FLC race.
Sweet.
Because even if you confederate, the Lord still have some nice tricks, rather than just, okay, I confederated, that's it. I think that's awesome, and yeah, enough rumbling about it. Let me know in the comment what do you think. Have you ever tried Masque, or you're like, I don't want to play Demoness? You might be surprised. You might be surprised how fun it is, especially when you do the cults and you teleport yourself. You can fight here. But before you teleport, make sure you actually build yourself an army, okay? Because Masque starts with some units, but at least make sure you have like 15 plus units. So, actually no, you know what? You don't have to. I just realized. No, but make sure you have a building to recruit from far away. Because remember, global for Demoness or Exalted Demoness is still 1 turn. So all you need to have a building and teleport away. But of course, when you teleport to hostile territory and you're gonna start doing shenanigans, you rather have units already in case you get attacked at the end of a turn or something like that. So whatever you do, just be mindful of being far away, but it's neat that you can start it. And also, you don't have to vassalize everyone. I think it's absolutely fun to do it, because I do get some tribute from it. Of course, the tribute would be neglected. I mean, the tribute wouldn't be there, but I would have some buildings that generate money, so it would be pretty much the equal. But having option to have my minions that can deal with AI problems, like, look, I have multiple vassals coming to destroy Skaven, and I can recruit some units if I really need, and then I can just pick an army from far away and use it to extend my reach, especially when they have a legendary heroes or heroes above level 20. Yeah, legendary heroes are neat, really cool to steal, because yeah, I had all these 3 from from Marcus Wolfhard in one army. It was actually super cheap because I paid like 40 allegiance, and I just send them to death. And this way they get wounded, and now they're in my possession. Absolutely worth of trying. Really fun mechanic. I hope CA will never change it. And that's it. That's the Masque in Lustria Slaanesh FLC lore. That is absolutely fucking awesome. I love it. And if you like this kind of deep dive, let me know in a comment. Oh, and by the way, I forgot. In a settlement, you have options, remember. By devotees and some money, you can add some stuff. I forget about this every time. I forgot in Norska, I forgot in Dekala. But you have options to spend your currencies to get some benefits for the province. It helps. Especially the growth one helps a lot. I hope that was useful. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you like this kind of content. And if you don't like it, if I do something wrong, please let me know in a comment so I can adjust, improve, overcome. But for now, thank you for watching. You're awesome. Take care and have a good day. Bye bye.